All right, the 2024 RMAC Tournament champions, Fort Lewis. We'll start with an opening statement and then go ahead and open it up for questions. Coach?
Would just like to congratulate Colorado Mesa on a great season. It's when you have two teams in your league that both deserve to be regular season champions. They both deserve to be tournament champions. We just tip our cap to them on the season they've had. And just like every other team in the country now, it'll be 0-0 starting tomorrow morning. Speaking of our team, just incredibly proud of the fight in our team. Down 17-2 in Brownson. I think it was sold out and it was hard. And they hit us early big, and then you saw the resolve and the toughness and the togetherness of our team and our program. And the coach couldn't be prouder of a team than we are tonight. Last Saturday we got our hearts completely ripped out when the regular season we lost that at Colorado Mines, a very good team. And for us to flip it a week later, digest it, have to live with it, and then be able to come here tonight, it's a great win for our program.
So, they kind of rode the momentum of the crowd early, and then you hit the free throws, and that allowed you to do what you do and get in your press. And from that moment on, it just looked like slowly you kind of, turned the game to where you wanted to play with your defense.
Yeah, so our defense is maybe our best offense, right? So we need to get defensive energy and turnovers and deflections and quick shots for us to be at our best. And listen, that's a hard place to play. So and it was loud, and they started making, and you're like, oh my goodness. But once we got settled in, I thought we were able to, I thought we controlled the game the last 30 minutes, and we were right on our average of 86. And normally, if we can get over 80, we got a great chance to win the game.
A question for you, Coach. If you want to talk about what Mesa looks like with and without Reneker from the two times that you played him, seems like whenever he went down, the Mesa kind of switched their style up, but tonight they're playing more of the style we saw before the injury.
First, I'd like to say what a great player Mac Reneker is. Very deserving of all the awards he's gotten. One of the great defenders ever to play in our league. And looks like what is an incredible teammate. So unfortunate that he got hurt, and we wouldn't wish that on anybody, just like I'm sure Coach George wouldn't want any of our guys to get hurt. But do they play different without him? I guess you would have to say yes, logically. You can't miss a player of his caliber and not be missed. Credit them for winning 8 in a row without him. But I don't know. I think he missed one shot when we played here before, so I don't know.
Yep. And then question for you, Obi. I mean, one of the better performances that we've all have seen. If you just want to talk about what you were doing and how you were able to shoot shots when you got defenders in the face. It seemed like all 10 of your makes were all tough.
First off, I want to give all glory to God, just allowing me to be able to play this game. But, I just try to find shots within the offense, and I want to give credit to all my teammates for, just trusting me to make the right decision every time.
Question for the table. I mean, when you guys were down 17-2, you had these timeouts, had these moments to kind of collect yourselves. What was going through all of y'all's minds, and what was the plan to, make sure, the game didn't get away from you before it really even began?
Well, I can tell you what was going through my mind, and it was, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Because you don't want to get in, you're wrestling a bear in its own cave, and you don't want to get bit right away. And so that, but also it's a 40-minute game. So I thought if we could just get it, down. To be honest, we were down 10 points in all 3 games in this tournament. So we were also up 10 in all 3 games. But so yeah, what we were thinking, 8-2, not a big deal. 17-2, that's a much different scenario. So, but our team, for whatever reason, seems to, I don't know, ignite is maybe the right word. We ignite when we're down, and then once we got the fire lit, it raged.
Mm-hmm. Guys, what about you?
What do you think, Big B?
I was just thinking to stick together as a team, slowly make our way past the lead, and just stick together.
Coach, you know, in your 9 years as the head coach of Fort Lewis, where does Obi's performance tonight rank in performances you've seen from a Skyhawk player?
It's got to be pretty up there. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to rank them all. We've had a lot of incredible players, a lot of great moments, but no, that moment in that performance, you would have to say it's with the tallest peaks. I mean, that's outstanding. He's a very, very good player, and sometimes you need, when you're a player of Obi's caliber, you need a moment or an opportunity, and he had an opportunity tonight that he seized, and he was outstanding. And not only did he play well, but he also was making his teammates better, and that's just something that we harp about with him all the time is we know how good Obi is, but when Obi's doing that and he raises everybody, that's when he's at his best. But to answer the question clearly, that's tall mountains right there.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was kind of briefly mentioned before, but, I mean, 40-21 CSU Pueblo. You guys were down 9-0 last night, 17-2 tonight. Is there anything you specifically attribute these slow starts to?
I don't really know the answer. If I knew exactly, I would stop it immediately doing it because it's not what we would want to do. But we also got to understand that in March you're taking everybody's best shot, and these teams are all good. The only reason they're still playing this late into March is that you're a really good team. So all three of the teams that we played, and you know, from Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, are all excellent. And we're very thankful to be where we're at.
And Obi, I mean, you know, last year you guys came in here and you won the RMAC championship. You know, you're obviously in a little bit of a different role last year compared to this year. What did you learn from that experience and that environment last year that allowed you to have such a great game?
You know, when you're on a winning team, you just got to sacrifice. You know, I came from a school where I was, you know, the guy, but, you know, last year we had a lot of people that came from that same environment. So sometimes you just have to sacrifice your personal accolades just to get a team, you know, get a team success.
Mm-hmm. And Brayden, what was it like for you, you know, playing in such a high-level game and playing in such a high-level RMAC game and your first RMAC championship and, you know, having Obi go off for 33 and, you know, Trevor Baskin is playing at a super high level as well?
That's what I came here to do. I came to Fort Lewis to get a ring. So I really enjoyed the environment, and I look forward to more of this environment.
For Brayden, just kind of want to keep touching on that. You know, from last year's roster, Fort Lewis flipped over at least 70 to 80%, and you were quite honestly a big piece that we brought over from Regis to be a big man and really trade that time with Siku. Talk to me about just what this year has been like in general since you made the trip over here.
A lot of hard work every day at practice, a lot of hard work, working on the bigs, looking for ways to score, how to best use our abilities, just hard work.
For Bob, you know, you've been with Fort Lewis since the year 2000, 24 years, whether it be as a player or as a coach. You guys just won your 6th RMAC tournament championship in 11 appearances since 1993. Talk to me about just the growth of the program over time and how you've seen it evolve.
Yeah, that's a great question, so thanks for asking it. So Bob Hoffman came to Fort Lewis in 2000, was not a winning program at that time. Then I joined his staff 4 years after. And the foundation for future success was laid in those early years, in the early 2000s as we went. And then as Coach Hoffman handed it off to me, I was able to, like some coaches would take over a complete rebuild. That was not the case. Like, we had good culture, we were a winning program, and my job was to take what we had started to build, what Coach Hoffman architect and I helped him build as the assistant, to a higher level and just keep building. And that's why the program is so special to me, because you know, I was on the bottom floor working to just put bricks together to build it. And now, you know, we're at where we're at now. And so Certainly not the credit certainly should not go. Sometimes the coach gets more credit or less credit than he deserves, but there's a lot of people that have helped get this basketball program to where it is, not just right now, but all the way dating back to that first class in 2000 that came with Coach Hoffman and all the way through. So this is the fruit of a lot of people's work. I'm just thankful I'm a part of it.
Obviously, nothing is set in stone. But what would it mean to you, Coach, for Fort Lewis to host regionals for the first time, if that were to happen?
Yeah. So we've tried. We've tried 12 times going to the regional, and all 12 have been on the road. So we have not gotten through. So we'd sure like to try it at home. To be clear, I think we have earned it. We're 28-3. We've had big road wins. We've had great home success, and what happens tomorrow, who knows? But that won't take away at all or diminish even a little the season we have. So if they want to play in Durango, we'll play in Durango. If they want to play somewhere else, we'll play somewhere else. But I do know this, our institution as a whole, our athletic department, and our community is ready to have that opportunity. Okay, thanks.